audience, dear women, generational women, and I'm Jeanine from Seenus. I'm specifically leaving a piece of inspiration for you. Can we be the generation? Can we be the generation that stops repeating history and starts to transform what needs to be changed? Can we be the generation that stops repeating history and starts to transform what needs to be changed? And I say this specifically because I so believe that feminine female leaders are so asked to step forward and come forward in all walks of life: art, healing, education, politics, economy, broadcast media, new media, coaching, psychology. I so believe that there are so many women who have been prepared, like me, for this time to come, and we come with such substance, with such reflection. I'm not talking about the old masculine way of female leadership, where we have the distance to not react immediately, but be able to respond collaboratively and from a part of wisdom, where we do not neglect what is happening in the world and we pretend as if, and we just nurture what needs to be nurtured because we feel the need to do so. It is not the neediness of helping, and it's not the egoic way of fighting. It is an embracing way of connecting from a deeper part that is the wise part, the juicy goddess part, that is the creative part, the intuitive part, the visionary part, and we know that. But we didn't have had the time to really integrate that. That is happening, or that comes when it comes to media, when it comes to politics, when it comes to economy, and maybe also when it comes to education and healing. So there is a whole new niche that is starting to open up for us, that we feel we need to go the next step, we feel pulled to. And as I said, that calling doesn't come from a neediness to be loved and liked and helping. It doesn't come from, I need to fight against, I need to prove, I need to make good, I need to be reactive to all the attack and the defense that's happening right now. We are in such separation, in such information overload and confusion. Nobody really knows what is true and what is a lie and what is assumption, but we see it, and we have the responsibility or the gift to be able to step back and observe it from a distance in order to feel what it's needing us as a generation to not do the same mistakes all over again. Not be easy to leave history behind, but I do think that we are trained. I do think that it's our time. I do think that all crafts are needed. I do believe we don't need more information. We do need more substance. We do need more wisdom, and we do need to have a serene way of owning our worthiness, of owning our guidance. And our male colleagues, our partners, will not do it for us, even if they are openly and wholeheartedly wanting to help us. They are still stuck in an old functional way, and that gets in stressful situations into a tunnel vision. They're very stuck into an archetype of defending and attacking. And they're sometimes against something where I feel they don't even know what they're against for. They can just fight. They can be rebellious, or they defend. There's still this old archetype happening. You can see it in the way how we are reacting at the moment. And there's so much fear and so much anger and so much longing. But going into that will not help us. We need to step out and strengthen each other and come together, so that we from a distance can see what is needed to connect, to embrace, and to explore human behavior, so that we can come back together. And that is something that I feel strongly pulled to tell you, but also to work with. And I see more and more women from all kind of areas coming to me suddenly asking, can you coach me? Can you work with me? And these are women that have been worked and gone through long passages of painful lessons, or stuckness, or dullness, or numbness, or functioning, or working against nature, working against their soul, that they are ready enough to say, and this is it, I'm so ready. And for me, I'm just really there to give them permission. I'm just really there to give them the last kind of go, do it, step out. And this is what we need. We do need us. And I love to complete this inspirational quote or inspirational video bite with a lovely quote from A Course in Miracles. If I am healed, I am not healed alone. We do this for ourselves, and we do it at the same time for all other women. And in the end, we do it, of course, for women and for men, because men, of course, will benefit from our work, but they cannot do it for us. This is our time, this is our exploration, this is our journey and our collaboration and our worthiness that we feel, but that doesn't come from our ego. It doesn't come from proving and hard work. It comes from a setback, a stillness, a calmness that is inside, that needs to have the space to move forward and come forward, so that the work can be done that is ahead of us, and leave behind the old system in which we felt squeezed in which we felt we are going against ourselves, because I so believe that we have back tailwind, and I so believe that in this we are so supported and helped and taken care of. It's just my belief, and I'm not saying this lightly. I'm not one of, just do it. I'm not saying this in a light way where I say just cast out all your fears and all your worries and just go for it. I've taken lots of leaps of faith, and I found flat on my face and on my nose, bleeding big time. And I was just jumping and say, just take a leap of faith and yes, everything will work out. And it didn't. So when I say this, it comes from a much deeper part, from a much deeper knowing, from a much deeper substance that I like to share. Having said this, have a beautiful, restful, insightful day wherever you are. And let's connect, and let's keep up the strong and good work that we have been doing, and get to the outside to share it with all the people who are ready to move forward. Bye-bye. Big heart, much love.